The chair recognizes the gentleman from Tennessee, Mr. Cohen, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Director Wray, we in Memphis have been blessed with good FBI agents, and I believe the FBI has an outstanding reputation and has probably, other than some flaws with J. Edgar Hoover, historically had a great reputation. In Memphis, I had a situation where there was a county employee named Mickey Wright who was murdered. The FBI worked on that case and saw to it that justice was found and he got a life sentence, and it was the FBI that did that. They recently arrested a man named Costello, Lorenzo Costello, and got him for 15 pounds of meth, which is the drug you ought to be looking at. Drugs like opioids and meth and crack and heroin, not so much cannabis. And $400,000, and had 10 people arrested and convicted. And they also got Larry Bates, who swindled a lot of people in church from out of millions and millions, I think $68 million, and got him 22 years in jail. So the FBI's done a great job. After the president said, which I disagree with, that the FBI was in tatters, Director Comey tweeted, I must let the American people know the truth. The FBI is honest, the FBI is strong, and the FBI is and always will be independent. Did you welcome his tweet, and do you agree with it?
Well, I believe that description of the FBI aligns with my own description. As my folks would tell you, I'm not really a Twitter guy. I've never tweeted, don't have any plans to tweet, and don't really engage in tweeting.
You've been at the FBI long enough to know the reputation of previous directors. What was the reputation of Director Comey within the agents of the FBI?
Well, my experience with Director Comey was that when I worked with him, which was back in the early 2000s, was that he was a smart lawyer, a dedicated public servant, and somebody that I enjoyed working with. We haven't stayed in as much touch over the last several years, and of course there's now the ongoing investigation, but my experiences have all been positive.
Do you know the reputation of Director Mueller within FBI agents and FBI lore?
My experience has been that Director Mueller is very well respected within the FBI.
When you were interviewed by President Trump, and you were interviewed by President Trump before you were appointed, is that not the case?
Yes, not exclusively, but yes.
What questions did he ask you?
My recollection is the conversations were more about my background, and in particular, we talked a lot about my desire to join the war on counterterror as somebody who had been in the Justice Department and in FBI headquarters on the day of 9/11 itself, and having met, I talked a lot about my interaction with the victims of 9/11 in my last law enforcement experience, and my desire to return to public service to keep people safe.
He didn't ask you any questions about Russia or about Mr. Comey or Mr. Mueller or any other questions like that at all?
No.
Good. Very good. The FBI concentrates on situations that presently are a threat to the United States or to safety of the public. Is that correct?
Yes.
So the issues concerning the current president would be more important to you than the issues concerning the person who he defeated, who is now not in office. Would that be an accurate assessment?
Well, I'm reluctant to try to compare one matter to another in that way. What I would tell you is that we take any effort to interfere with our election very seriously. I take any effort to mishandle classified information very seriously.
Well, thank you. Benjamin Franklin said that he gave the American people a republic, if you can keep it. You are the heir to the legacy of Griffin Bell, having worked at King & Spalding, and you have an excellent reputation, if you can keep it. You will be tested. I feel you will rise to the task, but you will be tested. I yield back the balance of my time.
Chair, thanks.